Hello there, welcome to another My Hair Transplant XP video. In this one, I just wanted to show how I get my hair from looking thinner to a bit thicker. Obviously, I have had a hair transplant, but my hair's still naturally thin, so need a little routine to keep it thicker to get it into place. Let's get into it. Firstly, I just dampen the hair. I don't get it like overly wet. I just get it damp just so it kind of sets a nice little foundation in place, just so I can kind of style it how I want their foundation to style it before putting any products in. Firstly, I put in some paste, where again you're just laying on some more of a foundation to then style it while it's damp, just so you get that hold afterwards as well. Now you can also use a comb during this if you want to, or a brush, but I just chose not to in this particular time. But yeah, especially with longer hair, you'll want to use like a brush or a comb just so you can keep these little places in place. I tend to get the back and sides stick up a lot as well, so I'll end up just putting in some more paste in those areas there, and then I'll kind of start to style it how I want to eventually look. Now next is the game changing powder. Now I tend to just get this at Superdrug, but you can get them in any kind of superstores. Well, I can in the UK anyway, and I just get my hair up just so it can get into those kind of rooted areas as well. This really thickens up the hair, and on top of that, while it's damp and it's got paste in, it will tend to hold just enough that it can take any kind of stress of any wind or anything like that, but it will still be restylable as well. Really, really crucial for thin hair if you wanted to get it thicker. And again, now it's damp, it's still got a fair bit of paste in. And now you're wanting to just really style it, thicken up the layers. For me, I'm just growing my hair a little bit longer at the moment, so I just want a kind of tidier look, so where it's not kind of flailing around too much. It can hold a fair amount and take a fair amount of stress as well. So next up, we've got the dry shampoo. Ideally, you want to get it so it's got a little bit of dye in it as well, or it's like roughly the same color as your hair, if not the same color as your hair. You can get it in blonde, you can get a darker color, you can just get the normal one, which will do fine. This obviously helps style it and achieves like a slightly dry look. A dry look as opposed to it being wet gives it a thicker appearance as well, in my opinion. But as well as that, you want to kind of just fill in the thinner areas. For me, it'll be like on the frontal scalp, but more so on the crown. So I've got let's see, now a much denser look, as well as it being thickened out. Obviously, you don't want to spray on too much as well, because it can look a bit too obvious that you've got some product in there, and it can obviously come out on pillows, on your fingers, on people's hands, your own hands, and stuff like that. So you got to try and get it. But as you'll be able to tell, um, it's made a notable difference straight away from what I've already put in. And yeah, now you just kind of style the final look, and straight away within just a few minutes, you've got a much denser hair foundation that you can work with. And there you go. And here I've just decided to flatten it a little bit because I still have a big forehead. Again, there's the crown change, and that's what I'm going to be rocking with for the rest of the day probably. Okay, thank you for watching, and to check out any more videos, follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram and the YouTube channel. And for now, peace.